I come from a cybersecurity background, and I've also authored a book on cybersecurity. The book's name is The Unrevealed Secrets of Hacking and Cracking.
Okay.
And it is still available on Amazon, Flipkart. It is not only nationally but internationally also. And in 2015, I believe it was rated as the bestseller in Amazon. A cybersecurity expert called Ankit Fadia.
Okay.
So his show was always on the TV, on MTV. His show, What the Hack.
What the hack? Okay.
Yes, that was his show on MTV. Through that, I got to know what exactly hacking is. If you want to get into something, there's some sort of motivation.
Okay.
So that curiosity of knowing, the motivation of knowing what exactly that other person is doing is something.
May I ask who's that other person?
I can't reveal that. I'm so sorry. There was a phishing method that I applied where I created a fake page and sent it to the other person. It was not that I directly sent it, but I somehow created a fake mail saying that your account has been hacked. This is the link to reset your password.
Recover, yeah.
Yes, and the moment, and the phishing was very, it was at the verge of, starting. It was very initial phase of phishing. So even big companies like Google and Facebook, they were not very much, into security those days because these technologies were new and people were not aware of these security threats and concerns. So I sent the link, I created the fake mail, sent the link, the other person clicked it, logged into it, and boom, I had the password. And I hacked into the Build-A-Tire's website. I cracked each and everything. So I was into their admin panel, getting all the data, what they had in their website. But I was always morally and ethically right in my part because I believed in securing things rather than breaking through it and gaining some profit out of it. So I breaked into that website. I reported it to my principal. Because my principal was reporting to the
director.
So she actually told this to the directors, and then I was called into the Birla office in Calcutta. Then I was asked to, redo the same thing in front of them, and I did it, and I opened it up once again. Then they asked for the remedy. I gave them what exactly needs to be done in order to patch their website.
How old were you?
I was in my 12th standard. There's an Indian company called KOO, K-O-O. How many of us know about it? Right?
Yes.
Twitter. It's similar. It's similar to Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. How many of us know about it? See, the main thing is the large audience is already using a platform which where everyone is available. Right. It's a platform which has been universally identified in the entire world. Everyone is using the same platform. Be it India, be it US, be it anyone. Everyone is on Twitter. Right, but how many people are on KOO? Right, there are different applications, or there are different competitors of Facebook also. But how many of us know about it? Right, so people already know that the audience or the user base of these applications are so huge, and they're so loyal that they're not going to shift. Right, even if I know that KOO is an Indian company, I'm not installing it.
Today I will be discussing with Prateek Shukla, founder of Altorum Leren. Altorum Leren is an IoT solutions company which caters to industry like pharmaceutical, logistics, and smart cities. Prateek Shukla is also the author of The Unrevealed Secrets of Hacking and Cracking. This book is about cybersecurity. He is a self-taught hacker. In today's discussion, we'll be discussing about cybersecurity, AI, and IoT. I'm Saravana Bhava, co-founder of TechIS. We are an online coding bootcamp. If you're interested in learning web development, data science, and ChatGPT courses, I will leave a link in the description. Please find it. If you find this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hi Prateek.
Hi Saravana.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on your weekend.
Thanks for calling me on your show. It's a great pleasure being on your show here.
I'm not that popular yet, but I appreciate your gratitude.
Everything starts with a small thing. So.
Yeah. So with that, I want to know, how did Altorum started?
So basically, it's a long journey. I was studying in Symbiosis, Pune.
Okay.
And I was in my first year of graduation. I was doing Bachelor of Computer Applications in 2013 approximately. And then before that also there's a small background that I want to give. I come from a cybersecurity background, and I've also authored a book on cybersecurity when I was in my 12th standard.
How did you able to know what is cybersecurity?
I was in 2009 I was browsing Orkut. Orkut was, yes, and Orkut was very famous those days.
It's father of Facebook, like senior to
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes, it's basically the father of Facebook.
Yeah.
So Orkut was very famous those days, and there was an article I somehow stumbled upon an article which said learn how to hack Orkut. And
learn how to hack Orkut. Okay.
Yes.
You were like what? How old? 17?
I was around 13 or 14.
13, 14 years.
Yes.
Okay.
My book was launched when I was 18.
Okay. How did you know what is hacking at 13 years?
No, so hacking was very common those days because of a cybersecurity expert called Ankit Fadia.
Okay.
So his show was always on the TV, on MTV. His show, What the Hack.
What the hack? Okay.
Yes, that was his show on MTV. Through that, I got to know what exactly hacking is.
Yes, that was my question.
Yes, so hacking, I was simply knowing that hacking is breaking into someone's system or someone's website and getting and cracking the password. So that's what I understood what exactly hacking is. But when I came across this article, particularly, I was very fascinated with that term hacking, that I should also learn how to hack Orkut. Because when you're in your school days, you want to hack someone's account, see who is chatting with whom and who is doing what kind of activity. So that actually motivated me to
you're curious
and motivation also was there. Motivation means, see, if you want to get into something, there's some sort of motivation. So that curiosity of knowing, the motivation of knowing what exactly that other person is doing is something.
May I ask who's that other person?
I can't reveal that. I'm so sorry.
I guessed it. Maybe that's why. Okay.
So that was the reason. Yes, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
But yes, that was the reason.
Okay, that was your the curiosity.
Curiosity and the motivation. Again, I would like to stress that was the motivation.
Motivation to hack someone's account, social account, and to
get to know what activity he or she is doing. Now I think you have a fair enough idea.
Okay, so that motivated you to write a book on cybersecurity.
Yes.
So yeah, tell me about cybersecurity, the book, the process.
Yeah. So
okay. By the way, did you succeed in your?
Yes, I did. I did.
You cracked it.
Yes, I cracked it because if you would remember, the account was associated. It was a Gmail. It was a Google product, and the account was related to Gmail. So if you somehow get the access of the other person's Gmail account, you would have the access of the Orkut account as well.
How did you crack? Without? Do you know the password?
No. I did not do any password guessing. There was a phishing method that I applied. Where I created a fake page and sent it to the other person. It was not that I directly sent it, but I somehow created a fake mail saying that your account has been hacked. This is the link to reset your password.
Recover, yeah.
Yes, and the phishing was very. It was at the verge of starting. It was very initial phase of phishing. So even big companies like Google and Facebook, they were not very much into security those days because these technologies were new and people were not aware of these security threats and concerns. So I sent the link, I created the fake mail, sent the link, the other person clicked it, logged into it, and boom, I had the password.
Okay, you got the password and you accessed. That led you to the journey of cybersecurity.
Yes.
Cybersecurity.
See, there are two types of hackers. First is the white hat hacker.
Okay.
And second is the black hat hacker, and the middle there is the gray hat hacker.
So, according to my knowledge, there is ethical and unethical hacking.
Yes, that's what.
So, white is ethical.
White is ethical.
Okay.
Gray hat, you cannot say anything, but black hat is definitely unethical.
Okay.
So basically, they're called crackers.
Crackers. Okay. How did you learn this process, this steps through internet blogs? You read blogs or you watched?
Yes, absolutely. I read a lot of blogs. I was always on the internet looking for some or the other articles. I also got through some of the books on hacking, through which I learned the concepts of hacking.
Okay.
Before you hack into something, you need to understand the functioning of
fundamentals.
Fundamentals, the main terms of what exactly is used in the hacking and all. Everything you need to have a very in-depth knowledge. So it took me 2 years to understand what exactly things are, the technical terms are, and how these things function. Because hacking is not something which you learn step by step and you do it. It's basically an art, a skill, right? You have something which is made and you have to break through it. It's a skill.
Yeah.
You need to be logically very strong. You need to understand the functioning of the code, and then only you'll be able to hack it.
Okay.
Right.
Out of curiosity, I still ask another question. You hacked one person's account, you succeeded. Have you ever wondered, I can do this to others? Did you apply the same technique to someone else of higher authority? Could be your school's principal or teacher.
That's a very interesting question, and that's where my journey began. So I was in I cannot reveal the name because it's a very big corporate sector whose school I was studying in. So I hacked into the website of that company.
Schools.
The school was a part of their business.
Okay.
But exactly their business was into tires.
Tires. MRF.
No, it was Birla tires.
Birla. Okay.
So the school was a Birla, and I hacked into the Birla tires website. I cracked each and everything. So I was into their admin panel, getting all the data, what they had in their website. But I was always morally and ethically right in my part, because I believed in securing things rather than breaking through it and gaining some profit out of it. So I breaked into that website. I reported it to my principal. Because my principal was reporting to the
director.
So she actually told this to the directors, and then I was called into the Birla office in Calcutta. Then I was asked to redo the same thing in front of them, and I did it, and I opened it up once again. Then they asked for the remedy. I gave them what exactly needs to be done in order to patch their website.
How old were you?
I was in my 12th standard.
18, 16,
17 and a half or so.
This was which year?
2012.
2012. It's pretty
11 years.
Close, yeah. It's not too old.
So I gave them the patch over the mail. Then they were actually making a new website, and I was called to pen test that website. We call that penetration testing. So when you penetration testing is something you do QA, right? The same penetration testing is also a part of QA nowadays. So what happens in penetration testing is you scan the entire code, look for the vulnerabilities and fix those vulnerabilities so that no one else can be able to hack into that application or a website or mobile application. So I did that. I created a 40 pages report on that. I gave it to them and they were able to patch it. So since then I had a very good relation with Mrs. Manjushri Khaitan. So she is Aditya Birla's youngest sister. And she is the MD or the chairman, not MD, the chairman of the Kesoram Industries, BK Birla Group. So, and she also wrote the forward for my book on which the cybersecurity book I'm telling. She actually wrote the forward for my book. So since then I have a very good relationship with her. Whenever there's anything I want or she wants. We are always there for each other.
Okay.
So I always had in my mind that I should be able to secure something rather than break it, so that someone is into trouble. I never wanted someone to be in trouble. Rather, my knowledge should be used for for helping someone, not destroying someone. So that's what I did, and that's the reason why I wrote the book.
So what is the name of this book?
The book's name is The Unrevealed Secrets of Hacking and Cracking.
Okay.
And it is still available on Amazon, Flipkart. It is not only nationally but internationally also. And in 2015, I believe it was rated as the bestseller in Amazon. I still have that photo with me itself.
Okay.
I feel it's an achievement for me. But yes, on Amazon it was the bestseller. Okay. And if you still search in Flipkart, hacking in books, it comes on number 2 or 3.
Okay, I have this question, since we are discussing about hacking. In movies, when I see hacking, you have this multiple monitors, like 3-4 monitors on top, and you have a super computer, maybe which have tons of processors. Is it required? Like,
no.
Okay. So what is the minimum requirement to hack any big, okay, let's say to hack a Reliance Jio, what is required? What is the requirement, physical requirement?
You need to understand the working of the particular technology. So if you are breaking into a network, you need to understand the network topology. And then you have to check whether because nowadays, earlier 5-10 years back, people were not very much aware, but now even a small company or I'm not saying about Cisco or anyone else, even a small company puts a firewall. Why is that firewall? No one authorized can enter into your application.
No, unauthorized
access is barred.
Yeah.
It's restricted, right? So you need to understand the working of that particular firewall also, right? And then if you find a loophole, then you'll be able to get through it.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen, in a single shot, or with someone who is a noob, who is just trying to fool around and play simple different tricks which are available on the internet. No, it requires a lot of experience and at least 3 to 4 good experienced hackers who have the strong understanding of network. They'll be able to. So there are 2 different things. First is the network security. Second is the application security, which is at the code level, right? So when you work at the network security level, there are different penetration testers available in the market who actually have the knowledge of how to break into the network. Second, they are experts in breaking into web application or mobile applications. So they do the pen testing of web as well as mobile applications. So there are different sectors for different sets of individuals and different sets of skills required for breaking into applications and networks.
Yes. What device you need?
I don't think you need a lot of
any
device.
high configuration.
The only thing is you are, again, when you're talking about the network, it's all digital, right? You cannot work on a Pentium 4 processor and say that I'm trying to hack into it. When you talk about the configuration of the devices, it's not that you need a special device to hack into a network. No. I'm telling you, a good configuration laptop is more than enough, or a system is more than enough.
Any modern day Dell or Mac is sufficient. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. The only thing is whatever you are trying to execute, it should be executed. And one more thing, when you do hacking, it doesn't happen on Windows. Means Windows is not so friendly. There's an operating system, Linux-based operating system, Backtrack, or Kali Linux. Nowadays, Kali Linux is famous, which consists of all the penetration testing tools. It's a mother OS of hacking.
Okay. So Linux is the best OS to...
Yes, definitely. Because it's open source, right? So
Windows on a Mac is...
Mac is still, but Mac also has a lot of restrictions. But when you work on Linux, it gives you a lot of flexibility. Right?
Interesting. So from being a hacker at a very young age, and being an author on hacking, so what made you start a IoT company? Because you should have started a cybersecurity company, or you might have got offer from Brilla for a tech lead or cybersecurity lead.
No, I had different offers, but I'm not a kind of a person who can be bossed. So I cannot be bossed. I cannot work under someone. It's as simple as that.
So you wanted to start.
So I wanted to start. I come from a business family, and my forefathers are into the business background itself. So I've always seen business in my house. So the second thing is that cybersecurity is a part of the entire thing what you're doing. Cybersecurity is a part of the testing what you're doing. Right? You cannot say that I have pen tested means my application is okay. You need to have the QA also, right? If your functionality is not working, what will you do with the cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is a part, but I wanted to get on a higher level, where I wanted to explore more things, because initially when I started as a service company. This Altorum Leren was a service company, but when my co-founder pitched in, he's Sandeep, he's in Belgium. So then he told that you already have an expertise in cybersecurity. So let us. He had an expertise in IoT, industrial IoT. So he said, let's build something which can, which is scalable. Right, which you can. It's not only a service, but it's actually you are gaining a lot of knowledge, and the horizon is large. So that's where we started with Altorum Leren in 2017, and I was taking care of the entire India business and also the cybersecurity department.
Okay, in Altorum's website, I see smart city projects as one of your solutions. What can you explain more about your solutions? What are all the solutions you offer? And
so basically in IoT, when I say IoT, it's industrial IoT, IIoT, Industry 4.0.
Internet of Things.
Internet of Things.
Yeah.
Industrial Internet of Things.
Industrial Internet of Things. Yeah.
When you say Internet of Things, you get into when the moment you enter into the home, the light switch on and everything. That's IoT. That's a normal thing. What we are doing is industrial IoT. So industries post-COVID, thank God that post-COVID these industries have realized the importance of data, the importance of automation, right? So these the enterprises, they have realized the fact that I cannot be dependent on humans, right? I need automation. I need the data to analyze where my production is going wrong. If there's a failure that is going to happen, I should be able to predict it before the failure happens. Because let's say in a manufacturing company, if a machine shuts down for around 5 minutes, there's a huge loss. So what we are doing, we are giving them a monitoring solution, okay, getting the data from their machines, putting it on the cloud, and then processing it on their dashboard, showing that this is how your machine is working. Now, we have preventive and predictive model in place. What this preventive model does is, it prevents from future failures. And this predictive model, it predicts on the basis of AI, the data that you are gathering, it predicts that maybe after 10 or 15 days, this particular machine will fail.
Can you
due
give
to this reason.
one user case or
Yes,
example?
yes. So we have developed a solution for Tata. In the COVID second phase, Government of India, they have installed oxygen concentration plants across India, right? To fulfill the shortage of oxygen. Yes. So they outsource it to Tata Advanced Systems Limited, and we got the contract from Tata. So we have developed a dashboard where we are taking the data from all those plants across India. Okay. We are taking the data from their PLCs through the gateways and then sending it to the cloud. This process is called edge computing. The process of taking the data from the machine through the PLC, through the gateway to the cloud is called edge computing. Okay, and then we are processing it on the server, on the cloud, and showing it on the dashboard. Okay, so now we are getting the data of all those machineries across India, of where that machine, of where that plant is working well, where it's not working well. They have few compliances like purity compliance, pressure compliance. So these are the compliances, whether these are being followed or not. What is the purity level, what is the pressure level. They're getting all those data, and if a plant is failing, or oxygen concentration plant is failing, what is the reason, what is the root cause analysis of that particular plant, why is that failing. So according to the state, according to the number of plants there in that, you already have a Hawkeye view of all those plants across India. And that is being run in the command center of Prime Minister's office.
Okay.
And that is actually deployed on our server.
Okay. But were there any issue was supposed to happen which got predicted?
Yes. So we have done predictive maintenance in that.
Okay.
We have implemented the AI model where, based on the data that the software is collecting every day, it is actually doing a background processing. The machine learning is already working. Okay, so the process is already working, and then it is predicting that after few days, these are the issues due to which this plant might get affected after 10 to 15 days. So it will raise an alert and an alarm on the basis of the urgency of that issue. And then the predictive maintenance of that particular plant, there are different people assigned for that maintenance. They'll get an alert and alarm, and they will attend that issue and they'll fix it. So that's how we are preventing the plants from getting, from getting shut down to in a working position.
Okay. For this project, in your team, how many members or how much resource you need?
25. It was around a team of 25 people. There were 2 project managers, 12 to 13 developers, 7 to 8 QA, and then
developers includes data scientists. Also,
yes. So front end, back end, and the data scientists, and 2 penetration testers.
Okay.
So because the security, the government or any organization, especially the government, they won't compromise on the security.
Interesting.
So that's very important.
This is one of a kind, or one of the projects which your company is doing. Now you said you want to make a product, new products based on your company, which is quantumized code. Yes,
so that's basically a service sector company. What happens is, in Altorum we are mainly focusing on IoT or industrial IoT projects. But there are other opportunities as well which we are missing. We are not deviating from our niche that we have created for Altorum Leren. So Altorum Leren, we want Altorum Leren to be identified as the IoT company. But quantumized code, what we are doing is, whatever web applications we are getting, or any other applications or the mobile applications that these enterprises have the requirements of, we are developing through Quantumize. So we have actually segregated 2 different things. One is Altorum Leren, that is purely for IoT, because we want to raise investment. You cannot raise investment in a service company. You have to be product oriented, and we are building a product internally. But for this Quantumize, this is purely a service sector. So we never wanted to miss out on the opportunities. We thought there are a lot of opportunities coming in. So that is why we have segregated Altorum Leren and Quantumize.
Okay. So for Quantumize, your clients are from India, or you're facing
no, it's globally.
Global demand.
Global market. It's a global market. India is our market, but we are not keen towards the Indian market because of several other reasons. But when we talk about the European market or the US market, it's actually a bit wide because they have the spending capacity mainly. So they invest on things, they understand the value of what you're providing, and mainly they focus on the quality, right? So that is the reason why our 20 or 30% of business is in India, but rest 70% is global.
With all of this experience and expertise, what is the future of Altorum and quantumized code you're servicing? So what is the big vision you have?
So for Altorum, we want to develop a product, and we completely want to establish it as a industrial IoT product based company. We will be doing services, but that also when the time comes where we know that this exactly aligns to our vision, right? So you need to be very clear about your vision and the kind of projects that you're going to do. If you mix up 10 different things and you want to create a niche, that's not going to happen. So that's we are in the process of streamlining things for Altorum, and that's the reason why we have segregated Altorum and Quantumize. So for Altorum, we want to establish it as a product-based company, industrial IoT product-based company.
Okay.
Going forward, maybe 2 or 3 years down the line.
Okay. And what's your thoughts or opinion on AI, like generative AI?
What I understand about AI is going to be the future. Now, there's a lot of debate where people say that AI is going to kill the future of developers, and I think it's going to be a support system for the developers and as well as the industry, because after ChatGPT has come, it's into the picture. We understand that it is actually helping you to do your work faster, right? So what AI does, AI is basically helping you. It's gathering the data and then giving you the more relevant data what you are asking for, right? So it is going to automate a lot of things, but I think that we need to upskill ourselves in order to compete with the future AI, the future of AI. So AI, I feel that it is still very naive at the moment, but yes, maybe 4 or 5 years down the line, everything will be dependent on AI. If you see the news channels, they are basically, they're bringing AI avatars, right?
Yeah, AI newsreader.
AI newsreader, and it looks exactly the same, right? So I think industry is evolving and they are moving more towards the automation and more towards getting accurate data, right? So AI is the future, but for the developers, I would say it's going to be a helping hand.
Okay. Since you're from service, you are starting a service-based company, Quantumized Code. Service-based companies are directly proportionate to the headcount. That's how it has been so far. Like the big tech companies like Infosys, Wipro, Tata, their service catering is proportionate to the headcounts. With the AI, now you are entering into service-based company. How do you see that? Will it change, or that philosophy, the revenue is proportionate to your headcount? Will it change?
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Yes, it will. I agree to your point. It will change. The main thing is that, if I give you an example of content writer, let's say content writer. So nowadays, you don't need a content writer. You simply have to give a prompt in ChatGPT and you get a content and everything, right? But that actually is killing the creative thoughts of the writers and individuals. Yes. I'm saying, it's not the only solution. AI, this particular AI is not the only. You can do small things with all these, AI and all. But the bigger picture, if you see, you would definitely require, because ChatGPT or any other AI model will always give you the answers based on what information it has collected. But an individual has the power to collect data from 10 different sources, apply their own thinking to it, and then give you something which this AI won't be able to give, right? So what I feel is, yes, definitely there will be a cut in the headcount, but I don't think that it will actually surpass the the human capability. It cannot, because AI is, again, you cannot say that it's a human replica of it's a byproduct, what I feel. So you will definitely require individuals, but yes, Now individuals have to be more smart in order to
That's
operate
my
AI.
next question. So how do any individual have to equip themselves? Because earlier just a degree was sufficient.
Nowadays,
and now degree doesn't matter, or that's irrelevant. So how do they have to equip themselves in order to cope?
when we are into this IT industry, we know that we have to be, it's a dynamic industry, right? It keeps changing. Initially there was CDs, then pen drive came, then there are 10 different cloud is there. So it's always evolving. You have to evolve with the technology. That's all. You have to keep learning what is there, what is going to be the future, and you have to equip yourself accordingly. If you don't learn those skills, someone else will learn and you will be outcasted, right? So that's what I feel, that if you want to, smart means what? You need to have the knowledge, then only you can take smart decisions. If you don't have the knowledge, you can never take smart decisions, or you can never do any smart work. In order to do any smart work, you need to know how this particular thing is working. Then only you will be able to figure out whether if I do take this process or this process, this step or this step. So I feel that people need the developers or any other people who want to sustain. They'll have to keep enhancing their skills. That is very important, and keep learning. You cannot say that I've learned this technology and I'm the master of it. No one can sustain in that case.
So you have worked with cybersecurity and you're working with the industrial Internet of Things projects. So how do you see the future infrastructure of India should be? Because we are facing AI, we are facing tech. The global tech world is now paying attention to India post-COVID, after this China. So they are shifting to focus to India. So how do you see the infrastructural requirement? What is the infrastructure India need in order to manage this global demand?
So basically, what I feel, in the last 10 years, India has established itself as the IT hub. India particularly, I'm not talking about the Bangalore or Karnataka, but India has established itself as the technological, geography for the entire world. So when we talk about the infrastructure, see, Bangalore is the first place where people come when we talk about IT. So Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, and I think one more city is there. Now Indore, small two-tier cities like Indore, they are also growing. I think government is taking steps toward building infrastructure, because Bangalore is saturated, right? You do not have, everywhere you'll find IT companies and you'll get a lot of resources here. But if you want to grow 10 times, you have a bigger area in India, and that you need to grow. And that is tier 2, tier 3 cities. Now, how will you grow? See, first thing is changing the mindset of the people. Right, in tier 2 or tier 3 cities, they think about Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, right? That I have to go to these cities. Why? Because they don't get the infrastructure there. So the government of those particular respective states also need to take extra steps to provide that infrastructure. Now, how will that infrastructure come? First, you need to have good educational institutions. Second, the companies, like when we talk about funded startups or big companies, they also need to invest in those places, right? If these companies don't give infrastructure, there are no other companies who are going to come and invest, right? Most of the companies are in Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, and Mumbai also, but I don't think Mumbai is the IT.
Actually,
Chennai is there. So what I feel is that the government, the state government also, and the institutions, they also have a major part to play in this infrastructure development.
This is internally, right?
Yeah.
So how do we see globally? Now we have a global demand for IT. What infrastructure as a country we need to meet this global demand? Because now AI is we are adapting towards AI, this infrastructure may not be just physical infrastructure. It could be technological infrastructure as well. For example, internet was an infrastructure which was lacking. In 2016, post Geo, we got access to internet. But moving forward, what kind of infrastructure we require in order to meet the global demand?
See, again, I would say that, again, I would not like to beat around the bush, but the thing is that infrastructure doesn't, you don't build the infrastructure in a year, in a span of 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, as and when the companies are growing or the technology is advancing, slowly and slowly, I think the companies are also building their internal infrastructure, right? So the kind of technological needs, whatever is there in the companies, they're actually providing it to their developers and to the people working out there. So this particular, what the main infrastructure, what you need is the knowledge. What I feel, I may not be 100% correct in that, but what I feel is, if you have the skills or if you have the correct or apt knowledge, right, you will actually fulfill the demands. What you are saying is, there are a lot of demands outside, right? So what infrastructure we need? Right now, what I feel is the infrastructure is apt. Okay. The only thing lacking is skills. This, if you enhance those skills, you will be able to fulfill the demands. Right? And as and when it will be required, I think we have smart people who will be building, infrastructure accordingly. 10 or 15 or 20 years, if you see way back in 2000 or 2001, right? India, this IT sector was booming. How this India was able to, get into this? They build the infrastructure, right? That's the reason why we are exporting softwares to across the globe, right? So I think as and when time comes, there will be infrastructure or anything that is required will be available. But right now, what I feel the matter of concern is that we lack skills. We have very limited skill set that we need to improve.
So where exactly? You said we lack skills.
Yes.
On what? On technology?
Yes, on technology sites.
Okay.
On technology sites, we lack skills.
Okay, so how? But there are a lot of institutions. There are government and private institutions.
See, when we talk about institutions, you have also studied in school, you have also studied in college, but when you come to work, there's a huge difference, right? So schools and colleges or any institution can give you a limited amount of knowledge, but when you actually work, you gain experience, right? So that experience is the skill. Whatever you have gained in last 4 or 5 years is basically the skills that you have acquired.
You mean post-graduation? What?
Yes, post-graduation, the moment you enter into a company, industry or anything, when you work, when you're familiar with some technologies, and when you work on different technologies, you acquire skill sets.
So that is lacking.
That is lacking, yes.
So the companies play a role here, because they post-graduation, the graduates go to the company or industry to work in. So industry lack, did they fail to expertise or enhance the skills of this individual? Everything
is not in the company's hands.
Okay.
It is also on the individuals. I've seen different individuals who come from a very different background, but because they want to learn, they have the zeal to learn and the zeal to achieve something, they keep on learning things on their own. There are people who get the opportunities, they still don't work. There are people who go out to reach out to the company and say that I'm skilled in this. Please give me an opportunity to work for you and show me what my skills are. Because they have actually worked on that particular thing on their own. They have learned everything on their own. Now, when you get into an industry, you cannot expect the industry to teach you. You should be ready with open hands to get whatever the industry is throwing at you, and those are the challenges. And when you face those challenges, when you face those problems, you solve those problems. That's where you acquire skills, knowledge, and experience.
Okay, what one should do as a Bible rule after graduating, while entering into a company or any work, any industry, what one should do? I have an answer for this because what my mentor have taught, I will definitely let you know. But I want to know what's your one rule, what everyone should keep in mind or what they should do.
So once you're ready to enter into the industry, you should be very, first thing is from your mind, you should be very flexible to learn. Right? You should not have a stringent mind that, I have learned this, so I'll be doing this only. You can be thrown a lot of things. So you have to be very flexible. And your initial stages, there will be a lot of challenges. You should be ready to face those challenges. Right? And that's where the problem lies. People are very rigid about their thoughts. People are very rigid about their decisions. You should not be rigid. So when you go out to work, first thing is you should understand that someone is giving you an opportunity. You should grab that opportunity and prove yourself. So for that, you need to have a very flexible mind.
Okay. So I said I have an answer for this. So my experience was, I come from a journalism background. So I started my career with NDTV. So my mentor in NDTV, Dr. Nigam, so he was my mentor. He told me that since NDTV is a 24/7, it's a news channel, right? So your boss or your the reporting person who you report should always see you. Means when you enter and when you leave should not be visible. Means you're always there. Because since it's media, you don't know when you're gonna get opportunity, especially in front of your boss. You should be available all the time. So I took that as a Bible rule. I used to stay for like 17 hours in the space. So what happens, gradually I cannot loiter around or sit and chit chat, right? Because it's a news industry and it's always it's a tensed environment to be. And when even the small help I can do for the editing team, I can do for the production team. So I gained a lot of knowledge. I gained a lot of experience with that.
So you're supporting my answer when you say that I did all those things.
Yes.
So basically, that's what I was telling, that you were flexible enough to do whatever was coming to you. And even if it's not coming to you, you took that extra step to learn, or by assisting someone in doing something. So you get an idea of what and how things work, right? So that's what I'm saying, that you need to have a very flexible mind, and you should be ready each and every time. You should not have a very rigid mindset. You're not paying me salary for 24/7. You're paying me salary for 8 hours. I'll work for 8 hours and I'll go. Now, that's the company which is paying you. But what are you doing for yourself? That is very important, right? So, and no one will go and sit and tell you that, see, this you have to do like this you have to do like that. If you want to learn, you have to reach out to the right person and ask, I'm stuck here, what do I need to do? You just give me a guidance, that's all. That's what people lack. So, they have a very rigid mindset. Not everyone. I've seen people come from a very different background, but they're doing exceptionally well. That is because of the extra efforts that they are taking. Not because the company may provide or the company may not provide. There are 10 different companies. You can go to any other company, right? But the attitude matters, right? So you need to have that attitude of you need to have that flexibility in your mindset.
Okay. So I've met a lot of business leaders. Many of the business leaders are either in service-based sectors or building infrastructure or IT infrastructure for industries. They're not challenging much on consumer service or consumer products. Like let's say TikTok is a consumer product. IT, it's an application. So why are we not challenging much on consumer product? I'm talking about global consumer product.
I cannot say it's a very generic, mindset that people have in India. When you say general, consumer products, you have different dating apps also. You have Instagram, or you have any other. They feel that there's already a huge market that these applications have taken. Right, so there's no point in developing the same thing. You see, when you talk about this particular thing, there's an Indian company called KOO. How many of us know about it? Right?
Yes.
Twitter. It's
similar.
It's similar to Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. How many of us know about it? See, the main thing is the large audience is already using a platform which where everyone is available. Right. It's a platform which has been universally identified in the entire world. Everyone is using the same platform. Be it India, be it US, be it anyone. Everyone is on Twitter. Right, but how many people are on KOO? Right, there are different applications, or there are different competitors of Facebook also. But how many of us know about it? Right, so people already know that the audience or the user base of these applications are so huge, and they're so loyal that they're not going to shift. Right, even if I know that KOO is an Indian company, I'm not installing it. Why should I install? I'm happy with Twitter. I'm getting all the feeds and everything on Twitter. Why? Just I'm considering myself, and then I'm thinking. Then the people are saying that why do we have to compete with them? It's a huge market share that they have taken, and it's not easy to compete with them.
So I'm okay. Apart from social application, how about any other consumer apps? Could be a new gen consumer app. Now ChatGPT is becoming a consumer app. It is supposed to be in B2B or a SaaS support system, but now it's becoming a consumer app. Why we are not even challenging in those avenues?
I cannot comment on that, because there must be. I'm quite sure that when you talk about these kind of consumer apps, I think there must be companies who must be working internally. ChatGPT. I hope you must be remembering that Microsoft came up with this thing. That we are partnered with ChatGPT.
Yes.
How can that partnership happen overnight? Right? So there was an internal background that no one was knowing, but these people were doing. There was a background work
it was started by Elon Musk in 2016. Post then it.
Yes. So there's a long background
for the product.
For whatever you are seeing in front of you. There's long thing going on. So this Bard, Google has started this Bard. So you never know that someone else must be working on this, but it will come in front of you once everything is ready, according to them. Right. So people must be working, but since it's a very new this thing, what ChatGPT or what you're saying like this, these things are very new. They must be working, but yes, it will take time, but they must be working. Someone must be working. It's not that people have simply kept quiet. They must be working. No one wants to reveal until and unless everything is finalized from their end.
Okay. How convenient is India right now is to do business and is to expand, scale business in terms of IT?
I think it's quite convenient. That's the reason why Indian IT sector is booming so much. Right? It's very convenient. If you're talking about the government laws, it's okay. Different government have different kind of laws. Some you may think is not supporting you, some may you think is supporting you. Be it the startup registry, when you register yourself as a startup, then there are different facilities that the government is providing you. But also the government also have sets of rules and procedures that they also need to follow, because they also need to take the data and they also need to run everything efficiently. So, but when we talk about the IT, this thing, I think it's the booming. I think we are I think we are leading the world in this IT sector.
So that's the reason I asked how convenient it is.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
According to me, it's very convenient.
Okay, means anyone can set up.
Yes, definitely. If you have the right set of people around you and if you have the right set of knowledge, you can definitely do it.
Okay. So there is this culture I see recently growing. So there are the couple of friends who work in, like how you and your co-founder, you're from cybersecurity and he's from IoT background. Similarly, there are some designer and a developer. The last interview I had was a boy. He runs a company for SaaS. He and his school friend who have a different expertise. One person is in design background, another person is in development. So they are coming up with companies. They are working and they are running a side project like a company. Now that became a mainstream service. That they focus mainly on that product or that service. This culture is now increasing in India. There are a couple of friends who work, both have expertise, they're coming together, they're building new products. How do you see that? Yeah.
So that's what partnership is all about, right? You have something which I don't have, I have something which you don't have, and when we collaborate, then we make one particular thing. So now design and development or whatever it is complementing each other, right? You cannot do anything without design. You cannot develop without design, and you cannot design, until the design is not there, you cannot develop. So that's the thing. So I think whatever you are saying, it's people are fascinated towards building new things, right? When they see that someone is developing, I'm developing this particular thing, sitting in a company for someone else. Why can I do it for myself? Let me try and do this thing. If I have a friend who can develop and I'm a designer, I'll use my skills, that person will use his skills, and then we can start. Everyone is starting small, but they want to do something of their own. So that's a mindset. They started with freelancing. Maybe they must have started with freelancing. They thought, okay, my things are going well, I've acquired clients, people are actually believing me, my work is good, let's give it a company shape and take it forward. So I think that's the best thing that people are doing.
That is increasing.
That is increasing, and that is giving more opportunities to the people out there.
Yes.
Right. So that is very important.
One reason he said was it's because he worked closely with the business leader, like CEOs and CTOs. I was working next to my CEO, so I see his daily actions. So I'm solving problems along with my CEO. So that gave him the confidence to do it. So with that, we come to the end of our show or podcast. Any closing thoughts from you?
I think it was a really fantastic discussion that I had with you. I did not have such kind of discussion in the recent past. I really thoroughly enjoyed discussing on the latest issues and the kind of knowledge that you have about the technology and business.
My core is not technology. I'm from
but the kind of questions that you ask, it gives me an impression that you are keen towards knowing more about technology and the future of technology and into business. So I think you're doing a great job, and I really enjoyed my time here. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, with that we'll close the show. Yeah,
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.